What is good, YouTube? Welcome back to Joe's Card Stash. And today we have something a little different. It's not your normal box break. This is a graded card reveal. My first one, I submitted a bunch of stuff to SGC and I just got them back. And I want to share the grades with you and talk a little bit about grading. So hopefully you guys like this. Before I get into it, please subscribe, like, comment, all that stuff. I'm trying to grow the channel and I can use any support I can get, but hopefully you like what I'm doing and you'll do that stuff. And let's talk about grading. So why I went with SGC. I, like everyone else, in this hobby, when I got into it, was like PSA. That was the end all be all. They're the god of grading. A couple, 2 or 3 months into me getting back in this hobby, they shut down. I understand it. They got overrun. People were sending them every card they had. And they just, suddenly had millions upon millions of cards and they couldn't handle it. So they shut down and they're trying to deal with this giant backlog they have, which I've heard is, could be upwards of 10 million cards. They won't say, but it's massive. So, I was kind of waiting it out for a while. I had a lot of raw cards that I wanted to get graded. Stuff I'd pulled from packs, stuff I'd bought raw, just hoping to flip and, get graded. And, I was kind of just sitting on this stuff, just waiting to see what would happen with PSA. And it became really apparent that this is the long haul. Like, PSA is not going to be a viable option for a very long time, probably deep into next year. They're not going to have any affordable options. So, I have cards I want for basketball season. I have UFC cards, which I'm really into now, that you want to have ready for a big fight that's coming up. So I need another option. And I started looking at the other grading companies. BGS was out. They're also overrun. Sorry. There's a few others that I like. But really it came down to SGC. They've been around for a while. They've been around since the 90s. They have respect in the hobby. They're actually really well known for classic cards, your Mantles, your Babe Ruths, your Willie Mays. They've been known for grading that and really respected for their grades in that realm, but they weren't known for modern stuff. But I think when they saw PSA go down, they realized that this is a huge opportunity for them. So they made a big push that they do grade modern cards and ultra modern cards, and they'll do a good job and the slabs are going to look good and they're going to get the turnaround time that you want, because that's the thing is even when PSA comes back, if you wait 6 to 8 months, that really slows down the fluidity of this hobby. It's very hard to make moves when you're waiting that long for cards to come back. So SGC was like, we'll have good grades, nice slabs, and you're going to get them back in a month, and that's huge. So I decided to take a chance with them and try some cards out. This submission in particular was really me feeling them out. I wanted to send them a bunch of different sports. So there's basketball in here, there's football in here, and there's UFC in here. And there's a bunch of different years. There's older stuff. Not old, I didn't get super old, but 2006, 2012, stuff like that. Just to kind of get their feeling for how they do with older stuff versus newer stuff. And I just want to see how I could gauge, how they're going to grade my stuff going forward, because you really need to know that when you're submitting to these companies, because you don't get a good grade, it's a big financial impact. So you really need to know, okay, this at SGC is going to get a 9.5 or a 10 or whatever. So that was really what this submission is about, and hopefully, me showing you my thinking and whatever will help you as well. So after all that talking, let's get into the grades. Let's see what I got. Okay, here we go. We'll start with my first card. This is a Joel Embiid Net Marvels card. I'm going to try to cover it up. I was really into these cards middle of last season. I'm a huge Marvel fan, and I had seen it's a Donruss insert, and I was like, I love these cards. They look like comic books. They're my favorite players. I was buying the guys that were really hot at the time. I got Joel Embiid, Nikola Jokic. I got a John Morant rookie card with this. But this Joel Embiid was the best looking one I bought raw. It really looked perfect. I was like, this is going to do well. So I wanted to send it to SGC and see what kind of grade it got, and it got a 10. That's, the best grade you can get from them. There may be something bigger, but that's what you want. Super stoked on this. Joel's cards have gone down in price like everything, but I think as the season rolls on and people start realizing he's one of the most dominant big men in the game, and people are going to realize, okay, he's a badass, and this card is a badass. So I'm really happy with this. SGC 10, it's beautiful. The one thing about the SGC slabs is the dark background. I think only works with like certain cards, and the lighter cards like this, perfect. I love this card. I think this looks beautiful. So very happy with this. Way to go. First card, SGC 10, can't beat it. Next card is another player that I was really enamored with last season. This is Jaylen Brown. Now this is a little embarrassing because I'm a Laker fan and I shouldn't like a Celtic, but I love Jaylen Brown's game. Hopefully you guys didn't see that. But I bought this card raw because I wanted a Jaylen Brown rookie, and I actually wanted a prism card. When I was submitting to SGC, I wanted to see how they did with prism. Prism's a notoriously hard grade. They have a lot of surface issues. They have, they're just hard to get graded and do well. So I wanted to see how they would do an older prism card. So this is a 2016-2017 Jaylen Brown. This card's 4 or 5 years old, and I bought it raw. And I wanted to see how it would do, and it got a 9.5. Now the cool thing about SGC is they do a 9.5. That's the one thing about PSA that's kind of rough. They do a 9 or a 10, and the price is quite drastic, but the price difference is quite drastic. But with SGC, you have this 9.5, so you have a little place in between where you can get a little bit of value. It's not a perfect 10, but it's still a really good card, and I think people would like to have it, especially, as the Celtics roll on. Jaylen Brown every year has just shown improvement, and he's going to get better, and he's just a great person. He's so involved with social issues and things like that. I just like him as a player, and I would love to have him on my team, although he'll probably never be on the Lakers, but I wanted to back him, and I wanted to have his card. So, yeah, Jaylen Brown, Prism rookie, 9.5. Very happy with this one, too. Here we go. Next card. Okay, now we're getting into 2012 hoops. This is my favorite set of cards to break. I love 2012 hoops. You have a double rookie class, so you have everyone from 2011 and everyone from 2012 in one rookie class. They did it in Prism and a few other, really high-end products, but I can't afford those. But I can afford hoops. So if you open this box, you have a million Hall of Fame rookies that you can hit, and it's so fun to open. And I've opened a few boxes, and this is one of the rookies that I got, which is Bradley Beal, who I love. He's, on the trading block right now. Hopefully he goes to another team other than the Wizards, but even if he doesn't, he's still a great player, and I'm happy to have his rookie. I pulled this straight from a pack. Kevin Martin, there it is. Bingo, bango, bongo, Bradley Beal. And, I wanted to see how something, 9-year-old product, 10-year-old product does straight from a pack. And I got a 9.5. Again, not bummed at this at all. I love this card. I love Bradley Beal. 9.5 will probably do pretty well. He's got to rebound a little bit from, the season. He got knocked out in the playoffs, him and Russell Westbrook, and I think his prices are going to go up as the season starts, and I think this is going to be a great card to have. So I'm very happy with this. So another one I got from that same 2012 boxes, I think it was 2 boxes I broke. I got 2 Kyrie Irving rookies. Now, I'm not the biggest Kyrie Irving fan. He's an amazing player, but his off-court shit kind of gets to me sometimes. But, he is what he is. He's every player respects him because of his handles, the way he plays. He's just a badass. So, still happy to have his rookie card. And again, I wanted to see how these 2012 set, same thing, I pulled it from one of those boxes. Lionel Hollins, coach card. Kyrie Irving, bingo, bango, bongo again, and I got a 9. Okay, so this is where we got to get real a little bit. The problem with SGC is if you get a 9, you're getting to the point where it's almost better to have the raw card. You're breaking even at best. And that's really where SGC differentiates from PSA. You get a PSA 8, it's way better than a raw card, but a PSA 9, an SGC 9, you're gonna run into some issues because they're just not as valuable. So, this card, I'll probably sell for, my grading fee and maybe a little bit more, so I'll be lucky if I break even. So you don't want to go lower than a 9. A 9 is fine, you break even, you take your chances, but you don't want to go lower than a 9. So I have one more of these Kyrie Irvings. I pulled 2 from 2 different boxes, and I knew one was a little better than the other, and truth be said, I've seen these grades, so I know this one did better. 9.5. So super happy with this, just like the Bradley Beal. I think this is a great card, great grade. I'm excited to try to sell this once. As much as you don't like your Kevin Durant's or Kyrie Irving's, the Nets are going to be a force next year. If they can stay healthy, even the Bucks, I don't think, have much of a shot. So, I'm going to hold on to this and see what happens next year. And this card gets up there, I think I can make a good profit on it. And, yeah. Okay, next one. This is the oldest basketball card I got graded. I think it might be the oldest card in general. But Kyle Lowry. I knew Kyle Lowry was a huge trade piece this summer. I was really hoping he would get traded to the Lakers or somebody, anyone other than Toronto. And, he did. I won't try to date this video, but yeah, he got traded today. He got traded to the Miami Heat. So this is a big deal. I think is a really good card to have, and there are so few of Kyle Lowry's rookies graded. My worry is because it's 2006, it's a hard card to grade. It's pretty old, and these are not easy. I bought it raw, but when you're buying a card that old, if it hasn't been graded at this point, why isn't it graded? So I got a 9. So not the greatest grade, but I still think this card might do something because there are just so few of these graded, and I got this for dirt cheap. I got this for like $20. So I still could make a small profit on this, even though it's a 9, SGC 9. He's, probably going to do something with Miami. Him and Jimmy Butler and Bam, it's not a bad grouping, especially in the East, and I like him as a player, so who knows? Maybe I'll make a little something from this. I'm glad I took the chance, and it gave me an idea of how SGC grades. I do find as your cards get older with them, they get a little harder. The more modern cards, they seem easier on, which is cool, but it makes me realize that, my older cards, I'm probably going to send somewhere else. Cards like this, I may not send to them. And now we're going to transfer from basketball to football. This is the only football product I opened this year. I'm not a big football guy. I got a box of Select because I'd been camping out at Target and I had been trying to get Prism basketball, but then NFL Select came out, and if you couldn't get Prism basketball, you bought NFL Select, and I did. And I know football a little bit, and I know Select. I love Select cards, so I decided to open one. And I got really lucky. The first box I opened, I got the one guy, well, there's 2 guys that you're trying to get in 2020 Select, and that's Justin Herbert or Joe Burrow, and I got the Justin Herbert. Okay, another die cut, blue die cut. Justin Herbert, holy shit! Bingo, bango, bongo, dude, that's a huge card. And I got a die cut, a blue die cut, which is a pretty short printed card. It's somewhat short printed. They printed the shit out of Select, so it is what it is. When I first got it, it was worth a lot. It's kind of gone down now, but I wanted to see how SGC would grade a die cut card, and these things are notorious. These are really hard to grade. So I'll tell you right now, I got a 9. Not great, but still, Justin Herbert's really hot right now. It's a graded card. Hopefully it can, make me a little bit of money. I think it looks cool in the slab. And I'm going to try to sell it, see if I can get my money back. And that's it. I'll probably delve more into football next year. I just didn't want to get into it too much where I don't know much about a sport, So this was my one big shot, and it was a card I was really happy with, but didn't get the greatest grade. Yeah, we'll move on, see if I can sell it and make my money back. Now to something I'm very, very excited about. UFC cards. I love UFC. I work at a company that's very affiliated with UFC. My day job, I work for a company called Ruka. It's a clothing company, and we sponsor multiple UFC fighters. We have a gym right down the corner from where I'm filming this right now. Down the corner, like around the corner. Like we have the gym where there's constant stream of UFC fighters coming in. So it's just like kind of the perfect combination. When Prism started making UFC cards, I was like, I got to get one of those. So I got a hobby box with my friend that works with me, who's a Pokemon collector, Pikasef, and we opened it together, and we got a bunch of amazing cards. And I'm to the point where I want to, sell them, but there's a whole bunch of those raw cards out there. So I was like, I'm going to try sending some of these to SGC and see what happens. So my first card is an Israel Asana insert. The reason I did this card, this is a pretty common card in Prism UFC, but I wanted to see how they would grade these insert cards, because I have a few really good ones, and it's really hard to tell how they're going to do because of centering and stuff. They don't have the border, so I just wanted to see how this card did. And Israel just won a big match, and I was really excited about him, so I wanted to see how this did, and it got a 9.5. So that's a dope card. He's going to fight again soon. He's one of the most charismatic people in the UFC, and he's just a badass. So I'm very happy with this. Even though it's just a base insert, I think this card will sell for way more than it would have raw. And it gave me a good idea that I know what I'm doing with these UFC cards, and I'm probably going to get a lot more graded. My next card was one of the bigger hits from my hobby box, my UFC hobby box. Oh, we got our other...
That one can cost money. He have a fun.
Oh shit!
Base.
Is that Derek Lewis? Is our other autograph?
Oh shit! You got Derek Lewis autograph?
Yeah.
That shit is good.
That's sick.
Put that one on the plastic right away.
This is a guy who's fighting very soon, this week. His name is Derek Lewis, Mr. My Balls Are Hot. He's one of the funniest fighters you'll ever see fight. And we got 2 autos in that box, and this was one of them. And I wanted to get it graded before his big fight this weekend, and I got it back in time. And this is what I got. I got a 9.5 with a 10 auto. So another cool thing about SGC is they do the auto grade and the card grade. So a 9.5 with a 10 auto is a great grade for this card. I'm very happy with it. The cool thing about UFC cards, the reason I'm so excited about getting these graded with UFC is UFC Prism came out after PSA shut down, so there's not many cards graded. So if you get SGC cards graded, you're not fighting thousands of people on eBay. You're fighting 5 people on eBay. And also, these Prism silver cards just look great in these slabs. And yeah, I just think they have great resale value. And the cool thing is, like, you really with UFC, it's not a team sport, so you know exactly when someone's going to fight. So you can get that card back and be ready to go like a week before the fight. And if you can hold on to it through the fight and really confident they'll win, you can see a huge bump. And even right before the fight, you get a huge bump. So it's a really great opportunity, and I'm all about UFC cards. I'm all about getting them graded with SGC, and this is going to be a play that I'm going to be doing a lot of. I'm going to buy raw, and I have a lot of cards from the boxes that I opened, so it's going to be sick. My next card, Cyril Gane. Cyril Gane is fighting Derek Lewis this weekend, so this is like pretty rad because I have both guys in the fight. So no matter what happens, I'm good. And this is a silver prism, and not the inserts, but the parallels, always worth more. And I looked at this card, and I'm like, this is a perfect card, and I got a 10. So a 10 silver Cyril Gane, who I think is the favorite to win the fight this weekend. This is a no-brainer. This is going to be a great card. I'm going to sell it for way more than I'm into it for. I'm going to make a bunch of money, and I'm going to buy more UFC cards because this is fucking fun. Last card, Tyron Woodley. Okay, so this is a base card. This is a base card I got from my hobby box, but Tyron Woodley is going to fight, I never remember, one of the Paul brothers, Jake or Logan. I really don't care about these guys. But they keep doing these exhibition matches, and somebody is going to knock these guys out, and I'm hoping it's Tyron Woodley. So I wanted to get this card graded just in case he does knock one of those fools out, and it's a huge deal, and his cards will go through the roof. So I sent in this base card. It's a $2 card, $5 card, but it got a 10. It's a perfect card in a perfect slab, and I can't tell you how much I'm going to be rooting for this guy to knock one of those fucking influencers out and just be a huge card. So that's it. That's all my cards. Again, I can do a quick recap. 10, 10, 9, 5, 9, 5, 9, 9, 9, 5, 9, 9, 5, 9, 5, and a 10. So what did I get here? I got 3 9s, 6 9 5s, and 3 10s. Honestly, that's perfect. I mean, they really are fair. I believe everything they judged me on was perfectly legit. That's kind of where you should be. A couple shitty cards, a couple gem cards, and most of the cards right in the middle. I'm going to get a bunch more stuff graded with SGC. And if SGC happens to watch this video, thank you guys. You guys are killing it. You're doing what grading companies should be doing. Really doing a great job, and I'm super happy with this. That's it. Hopefully you liked the video. Again, all the YouTube stuff, I really would love to keep doing videos like this. I'm going to keep doing stuff like this because I enjoy it. But it'd be nice if more people were watching. So subscribe, all that stuff. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.